If I did not choose to create my first online course 5 years ago, I would still be in New Jersey teaching math, making a very modest salary, and not having the flexibility or freedom that I have now. I had so many limiting beliefs in my head, like, you don't have the time for this, Aleka. What are you doing? I have a full-time teaching job. I had 2 young kids under 3 at the time. I don't know how I found the time. I had all these limiting beliefs in my head, which I'm going to talk about more in this video and how to overcome them. But the most common ones were, I don't have the time because I was teaching and I was raising 2 young kids. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to course creation. Like, yes, I'm a teacher, but creating courses online is a whole different ball game. I don't know where to start, right? I don't know if it's going to be worth it and people are going to buy it. And I don't have an audience. So how am I going to get through this entire process and put all the work in only to come out with 0 sales? And by the way, I'm putting myself out there in front of people, friends, and family that are probably going to judge me. So I probably shouldn't create the course. All of these things were going through my mind at the time. They were what was slowing me down from getting started. And most people are in that same position. They have at least one of those limiting beliefs or 1,000 other ones swirling in your head, stopping you from taking action. And then you think that learning more information and doing more research is going to help you make that decision or help you take action quicker, but that's the reverse effect, right? You need to decide first. The one thing that got me started on my course creation journey, and I was like telling myself, this is gonna work, it has to work, was the fact that the course idea I had was validated. Now, I talk about this all the time in my videos and my content on Instagram and in my course itself. Validating your course before you start building it is so important. My goal in this video is to get you over that hump so that you can finally start that online course that you've been thinking of for so long. When I started my course 5 years ago, I was very hesitant. There were so many things in my head that was stopping me from starting. All these limiting beliefs, such as you don't have time, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have the expertise that you should have, you don't have an audience, and you're probably going to look like a fool putting yourself out there when you have a teaching job already. Why are you trying to do this side hustle? So all these fears of people judging me or not being successful almost stopped me. But there was one thing that made me decide, you know what, this is something that I'm going to commit to and I'm not going to stop until it finished. And you know what that was? The validation of my course topic. So yes, there were all these other fears and things slowing me down and making me hesitate or second guess what I was doing and that I was going to waste all my time. But what kept me going was the fact that I knew the topic that I was going to create and teach was going to be soaked up by people. People were like hungry for it. And I knew that because I did a couple things and I was very observant to what people are saying. And at that point forward, I said, this is gonna do well. It's gotta do well. I know it's gonna do well. And I told myself that, and it did. In the first year, I made $83,000 off of that one course topic idea. Now, let's talk about what to look for when you're validating your course topic. The number one thing is look online for people that are actively searching for these answers. So the number one place I looked was on Facebook groups. Facebook groups, find a Facebook group that's in your niche, look at the comments, look at the questions, and determine what people are commonly asking. What are the patterns here? What are the most frequently asked questions around a certain topic? If you keep seeing the same people or similar people in that niche asking the same type of questions around the same topic, and nobody really has a straightforward answer, ding, 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 that is going to be the first sign to tell you that your course topic is going to do super well once you launch it. Number 2, are there a lot of videos out there that people are trying to teach on this topic? Now, you can look on YouTube for this. You can look on Facebook, on Instagram, really any social media platform. But YouTube is usually my go-to place to look for a proof that topic is in demand. So go to YouTube, search, say it's gardening indoors, right? And you search that and you say, oh, wow, there's a lot of videos here about gardening indoors, and look at the views. This one has over 1 million. This one has look how hundreds of thousands of views. That is the second sign that is going to validate the fact that, yeah, people are actively searching for answers on this topic and they want to learn more about this topic. The third thing that you can look for to really validate the fact that people are waiting for your course to launch is competition. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that. Look for the competition out there because competition is not a bad thing. Don't be scared. You think Walmart was scared of all the other competitors out there when it launched? Do you think the Brooks running shoes brands was like, who, by the way, has blown up in the last however many years, is like, you know what, I'm not going to create running shoes because Nike already has their running shoes and Puma already has and Adidas already has running shoes. No, they were like, you know what, I'm going to create running shoes and we're going to kill that niche because we know that people are looking for this and our product is going to be better, right? You have to have that same mentality that it might be a little bit competitive and a little saturated, but that tells you and confirms that people are looking, actively seeking to be taught that topic as much as they can. And they're going to soak up all the information, especially if you have a unique angle or method or framework to teach your topic. So how do you find this competition? Go on Facebook, social media. Instagram, Facebook is really where I like to start. They own each other, right? Or I should say Facebook owns Instagram, correct? And search in the search bars your course topic. If it's gardening indoors, you're going to search that. And then you're going to kind of curate the feed purposely so that you start to actively see ads and content and groups and similar posts in that niche, right? You're going to start to see them over the course of maybe, it may be immediately, it could take a couple hours, but once you start to see ads and things pop up that are very directly related to your niche, start to engage and like and comment with those ads and those posts so that Facebook will continue to send you more and more of your competitors' content. And then you're going to get real life feedback as to what other people are focusing on, what's working for them, what they're selling, what their angle is. And then that's going to be further validation again to you to say, oh, wow, they're talking all about how to keep Pythos plants happy inside. Well, my specialty maybe is the spider plant, and I'm just going to really focus on that because I know how to make sure they really thrive inside. Whatever it is, like you, not only you're going to get a better idea of how much in demand your course topic is, but you're going to be able to see different angles that you can take just by looking at your competition, which is such a great strategy that a lot of people don't do. The last thing that you can do to ensure that you don't waste your time, weeks creating a course is to ask your audience. Now, a lot of you may say, well, I don't have an audience, Aleka. And guess what? Neither did I when I created my course. I just had friends who were in my niche, in my space, that were doing what I was doing. So I was teaching at the time and I was blogging as well. And all of my blogger friends or whoever acquaintances, we never met in person, it was all online. I would reach out to them and say, hey, is this something that you would be interested in buying or learning more about? And just asking people those questions. Again, almost all of them said, yes, of course. There's not enough information out there. Please teach me more about this topic. And that, again, was that last box that checked off that I was like, yes, this 100% is going to work. I know it's going to work. I keep seeing over and over people asking questions in Facebook groups, people posting videos on YouTube with lots of views and lots of comments about that topic, lots of Facebook ads and competition out there. And guess what? If there's not that much competition out there, that does not mean it's not going to be a course topic. That may mean that it is going to be the golden piece of content or the most successful course that you're going to create, because when I created my course, there was not competition. That's a rarity though. If you can find a topic that is in such demand without competition, I mean, isn't that like a marketer's dream? So that Facebook ad strategy validation piece is optional to do, but if you don't find your competition, it's not a make or break. And then finally, the fourth piece is asking your audience. And if you don't have friends or colleagues in that industry that you know to ask friends, ask family. I hope you have friends and family to ask. Most of us do. So just get their opinion. See if they know anybody that would be interested in that, or somebody that they know that would benefit from learning this topic. Okay, so let's wrap up everything we talked about this video. Okay, so I hope this video helped you get that motivation, that kick in the butt to get going and truly validate your idea before you actually start working on it. You don't want to work on it and then later go back and say, wait a second, do people really want this? Go through the steps, and most of you will know by now, like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't really know if it's, and if you're not know and you're not sure, you got to do some extra work or pick a different topic. Make sure that people actually want it and make sure that you love teaching it. I actually have a free 30-minute workshop where I teach you how to choose a course topic that will actually sell. And it's something that I talk about in my course with my paid students in the beginning of the course to make sure that they are building their course on a strong foundation. So if you want to watch that video or that workshop, I will include it in the link below, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to get more tips on being a profitable and happy course creator.